Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 44 plus size loves clubbing and men don't choose her. Let's get right into it.
How old do you have to be too old to go to the club?
You can go to the club as long as you enjoy the club. At 44, I love a good going to the club. Bottle service is preferred but not required. Many moons ago, I was a club promoter, and that was awesome and epic. I really feel like you might just have to find the ultra throwback clubs to get the music that you like, because it is about the music, it's about the vibe. Because you couldn't pull me away from Advancers Lounge, which is E40's club. We used to be there every other weekend, and every other weekend there'd be somebody performing. And then they had like the outdoors where you could go shoot pool and all the things like that. That club was so top tier. And I mean, I feel it. Like drinks back in the day, like a Tokyo Tea or Adios was like $8 with tip $10. If you tip the bartender, they was gonna hook you up for the rest of the night. The only difference between me now and then is literally I prefer Don Julio Reposado or Don Julio 1942. I like shots over mixed drinks. It's the mixed drinks that get you messed up. So if you want to try and be like coherent for the night, you take shots and then you make sure you drink some Gatorade or something before you go to sleep so you're not dehydrated. You just learn how to do it better as you get older. We brought my mama to the club in her 60s, my cousin in her late 50s to the club with us. You are the party. You make the experience. That's what I've learned. I've been clubbing since I was 21.
And you still in the club? She been clubbing since she was 21 and she's still in the club. And that's wild to me, right? 44 seems like a good time to like just abandon clubs, right? Go to a lounge, right? Maybe go to even a bar, right? Even a bar sounds better than being in a club at 44. But this girl loves to drink. And if you can't tell, she's a BBW. Now, I found this video she also posted pretty interesting. Take a look.
Fine, folks, low vision legends, let's get lit. Social media lit, that is. Today we're going to talk about some hooks, and one that I've found that has been very jarring is this one. This is what I eat in a day to stay skinny because I love being skinny. And here's what the problem is with that statement. Number one, it focuses on body hierarchy. That means skinny is the ideal body type that people want to be. And no matter how hard some people try, they will not have a petite frame if that's not the frame that they were given when they were born, right? And what happens is it is a dog whistle. And what are dog whistles? Dog whistles are things that are said that can seem like they're a preference, but they really aren't a preference. They have a multitude of undertones, which means different meanings lying within the messaging. And that's very important when we're listening, because this is what I eat in the day to stay skinny, because I love being skinny. So this is how I have my diet set up or my restrictions set up. And if you go outside of this norm, then you're not going to be skinny like me, which is the ideal. Because this is why I'm credible. This is why I'm valid.
You know, it's so funny to me, and I don't know if you guys caught this, but this BBW, she's blind, right? And it took me a while to understand this because I was like, why does she keep saying blind, like low vision legends? Like, what's she talking about? So apparently this is a blind content creator. I don't know how she makes content. No, not to be funny. I really don't know. But I clearly don't think we see eye to eye. And I don't no pun intended. She's shaming women for being skinny. That's a dog whistle. Oh, it might come off like a preference. Like, wait, what? So hold on. So you're blind. You're a BBW. You love to go to the club. You're over the age of 44. You're a drunk, and you're telling me that my preferences are dog whistle? Bro, I don't know what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But clearly she can't see that doesn't make any sense. Again, no pun intended. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And to me, if you're a BBW and you're blind and you're over 44, you got to pick a struggle. That's way too many struggles. Okay, shout out to her. I hope she does well in life. Here's another BBW talking about dating. Take a look.
Baby, when I say we are doomed and the bar is in hell, the bar is past hell. A man will literally say, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I don't know. I've never dated a woman like you before. I don't know what people will think. You've never dated a woman with a big back and a gut? So you'd rather date a man? Like, you'll be more comfortable dating a man? You're not worried about what people think about that? I'm confused.
Wait, what? Is that the options right now? Dating a girl with a big back and a gut, or a man? Those are horrible choices. Who would want to pick those choices? That's horrible, okay? But a lot of big women say stuff like this. And it makes them, it's like a coping mechanism. It makes them feel better about it. Now, I found another BBW, this girl in particular, had a very interesting thing to say about, well, dating a BBW and defending dating a BBW. Take a look.
Let me say this because they say dating a BBW is like opening a bag of chips in church. Everybody looking at you funny, but trust me, they really want some. Let me say this because
everybody... Wait a minute, open up a bag of chips in church? Dating a BBW is like opening up a bag of chip in church? But I guess what? It makes a loud noise and people look around, see what you're doing. And I agree, when you crinkle the bag, people like, what the hell? Right? It's like, we're supposed to be listening to the word, to the sermon, and all you hear is like noise and distraction. But what she's saying is, even though it's noisy and distracting, you really want some chips. Now, me personally, I don't eat chips, so I don't know what she's talking about. It's funny that BBW's talking about food. It's like dating a BBW's like food. Everybody wants some food. But I don't know if everybody wants a BBW. It's a pretty cool analogy and maybe defend yourself in an interesting way. But I don't want a BBW personally. Anyway, here's another woman over the age of 40. I thought this was interesting. Take a look.
Call me old-fashioned, or I've been out of the dating pool for a long time. But I decided today I was going to give it a try. I had a little lunch date today, right? And I'm one of those ones, I still believe a man has a role and a woman has a role when it comes to relationships, situationships, whatever you call it nowadays. And I'm sitting there and we order our food and we just having a casual conversation. This Negro had the audacity to ask me, what do I bring to the table? I don't know what type of YN question that is, but for a man that has, I'm gonna say this, for a man that is financially stable, emotionally stable, mentally, physically, whatever you may call it, know their role as a man, and a woman knows her role. So for a guy to ask me that question, everything that I just said, somewhere he's not there. So my response to him was, apparently another nigga. What the fuck type shit going on right here?
Apparently another nigga is what you bring to the table. Apparently another nigga is what you... So let me get this right. You're over the age of 40 and you're making fun of a man and actually what you bring to the table? I've asked a girl on this date before. Maybe I didn't say it as offensively as he said it, but it's normal. Like, what do you feel like you bring to a relationship? The table is just an expression, but what do you bring to, like, what are some of the benefits of dating you? Why is that such a bad question? Okay? Now, I was really offended by her response because I looked down and you could see that on her cleavage, she got a tattoo. So you're 44 or however old you are, I'm sorry, you're in your 40s, you got tattoos on your titties, and you're mad when someone asks you what you bring to the table. Even though he's probably going to pay for the date that you guys are on, he can't even ask you what he's getting. He has to just sit back and take. Well, I wanted to know. I really wanted to know, what the hell is he getting? And then I found this video. Yeah, I found this video. Now, maybe she just turned 40, so she had a video talking about over 30, do you need relief from joint and back pain? She got back pain issues. On top of that, she's bald-headed. Yeah, this video here, apparently this is a wig. I couldn't tell at first, but I found this video of her and she's bald-headed. So she's bald-headed, she's over the age of 40 with a tattoo on her chest. Take a look at this video.
I'm almost 50. I know it does not look like it, but my body tells a different story. I've had 3 cesareans and 3 epidurals. I have joint pain as well as lower back ache. Nothing that I've tried seems to work. But I ran across this one video where this lady was saying that she has the same exact problems and she recommended something for joint support.
Now, I don't care about the advertisement she's about to give about some medicine, but if she had to answer what she brings to the table, honestly, she's almost 50 years old. She's bald-headed. She has 3 kids, and she obviously is horrible at communicating the value that she offers, because it's none. It's zero. And then she's talking about men being financially stable, emotionally stable. Girl, you are unstable. Your body hurt, and you got 3 hungry kids that need to be fed. What you bring to the table is problems, bills, and liabilities. But you don't want to say that. Instead of, oh, what's wrong with these men? What's wrong with these men? What's wrong with these women? You're not a great woman. Now, I don't know why you're bald-headed. You might have alopecia, whatever you got going on, baby girl. You're not all that. I'm sorry, you're not all that. And you got tattoos on your titties? Come on now. Come on, ladies. Come on now. Come on. Y'all got to know better than this, y'all. Y'all got to know better than this. Anyway, you have to understand, too, you're up against girls like this. Here's a girl who's 23 years old, and she understands the assignment. And this is the alternative. If you are a man who are financially stable, emotionally stable, why date a girl who's nearly 50 years old with 3 kids when you could date her at 23? Take a look.
People be like, you're 23, why aren't you celebrating? Why aren't you going out and kicking it? You're too young to be acting like that. Why don't you smoke for real? Why don't you drink for real? Because what am I doing those things for? What have I accomplished? What am I celebrating? Now, I get it. If it's a birthday or I'm celebrating somebody's birthday, okay. Or if it's somebody that just accomplished something, okay, I'm outside. We kicking it. But I have so much to do that I have not accomplished yet that I need to focus on right now. So no, I'm not finna be out at the kick-its. I have no reason to be. What have I accomplished? And this is not to knock anyone who goes out, live your life. But that's just not how I'm living my life right now. Right now I have goals. I feel like going out is just going to make me lazy. Not be the best that I can be, that I know that I am capable of. So I'm going to just focus on me, and that's it. So yeah. People be like,
now, guys, fellas, please, in the comments, because I need you guys to understand, a lot of ladies watch my videos, but they're ninja watchers. They will never comment. So I'm relying on men who comment on the videos to paint the picture, because they read the comments. One thing I know is people read the comments, and some people be writing long-ass messages responding to comments, okay? So shout out to all my comment warriors. I appreciate you. But I need you to answer this question. Would you rather date a 23-year-old woman who doesn't want to go out partying and celebrating because she wants to accomplish something and she doesn't want to be lazy? Or would you rather date this woman who's nearly in her 50s advertising the medicine she takes for her back pain and her joint pain? And she got 3 kids. If you're financially stable, emotionally stable, are you dating this nearly 50-year-old woman with 3 kids, back pain, joint pain, or this 23-year-old girl who wants to accomplish something and not be lazy? Let me know in the comments. Shout out to, her name is Nisha. It's Nisha. Shout out to Nisha, girl. I can respect what you're saying. You are on your way, okay? Get your man before it's too late, though, okay? Don't follow these old chicks. They don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, here's a video that needs to be said. It needs to be said, but job security is dead. It really is, because a lot of women work their whole lives trying to get a good job before they realize they could always lose your job. Take a look at this video. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
This is your friendly reminder that you are closer to a layoff than you think. You are one bad manager away from a layoff, one reorg away from a layoff, one mental health leave away from a layoff, and one deprioritized project away from a layoff. The list goes on, and oftentimes to no fault of your own, because the world that we live in today is such that you will spend decades of your life building a career only for it to crumble overnight. And so please, do not lose sleep over your job. Control what you can, and remember that your career is only one single part of your entire life. This is your friendly.
Decades of your life for something that could crumble overnight. It's well said. You're one step closer away to a layoff. You're closer to a layoff than you think. You're one bad manager away from a layoff. And this is why I say to people, if you're going to work decades at something, it shouldn't be for a job. It should be for a man. I don't want to say it's for one particular man. I'm just trying to say, if you're going to spend decades of your life for something, spend decades of your life becoming so valuable that you have options for marriage. A lot of women don't think about that. They want options for employment. Oh, I could get hired here. I could get hired there. How about having options for men of value, quality men who you could marry into a good family, start a family? Why is that not more important? Because a job, you can lose just like that. And guess what? If you had a man, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You could always go to college in your late 40s. Everyone thinks that you got to get your college done in your 20s. No, you don't. That's a dumb idea. You as women need to be child rearing in your 20s, in your 30s. But y'all try to have kids in your 40s in the middle of you having a blooming career. Doesn't make sense. It's better to go to college later in life instead of delaying marriage and being a mother. But hey, this lady put it the best. Job security is dead. Anyway, I thought this was a wild story time. Wild story time. Take a look.
Okay, y'all, I'm about to give y'all this story time on how I finally gave this boy who been pursuing me like for years a chance. And before I go any farther, if somebody been pursuing y'all for years, do not give them a chance, because I just feel like they're going to try to do you the worst way. They want to do you dirty because they feel like you've been playing with them. Okay, but besides that, now I finally gave him a chance, which, okay, this boy, his name, we going to call him Marcus. This is my sister, cousin, but me and my sister, we don't have the same father. So, that's how that goes. Now, 3 years ago on New Year's, I finally, we seen each other after a long time. So I finally gave him a chance. Like, he came to my house, we had sex. So, okay, after he came to my house and we had sex, it's like we was together like every day after that. Like, we just was together every day after that. Okay, so after we was together every day after that, like, it's just like, he had a baby mama and I have a baby daddy. Okay, it's just given that, he was still kind of fuck with his baby mama and I was still kind of fuck with my baby daddy, which put everybody in a weird position. Okay, so, he at my house every day, but, this not my man. Like, I'm letting it be known, like, you're not my man. Like, you and your baby mama, y'all still live together. I don't give a fuck that you at my house all the time, or whenever I want you here, you're here. But you're telling me that you and your baby mama not together, but y'all live together. Like, a typical nigga. Okay.
A typical nigga. So she's shaming men. This is what I mean. A woman will have tattoos all over her body, on her neck, damn near her face. She got kids, and she decided to finally give a typical nigga a chance who happens to be her sister's cousin. Her sister's cousin. And when she said she gave him a chance, she said she invited him over and they had sex. So what do you mean you gave him a chance? You mean you gave him a turn? It's his turn now? It's his turn to clap some cheeks? And you think men are the problem? These women think men are the problem. Typical nigga, and he living with his baby mama, and I got a baby daddy. You got kids, he got kids, and he's still clapping your cheeks for free. And this is why a lot of people think that if a girl's valuable if she makes you jump through hula hoops. But I don't believe that. Because in my personal opinion, this girl would make you jump through hula hoops. She didn't make her sister's cousins jump through hula hoops, but I'm sure she has. But at the flip side, she'll also let a dude just tag it the first time. She made him wait years, but the minute she gave him a shot, he's tagging it right away. This is the environment we're living in, y'all. We're living in some strange times, man. I'm telling you, we're living in some strange times. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Wake up and realize what it is to give a man a child. It is the ultimate sacrifice of your body, your mental health, your personal autonomy, a lot of times your income. And in addition to that, a lot of these men expect you to go right back to work. They have nothing to provide so that you can stay with that infant and bond with that infant, breastfeed that infant. What is in it for you? What is in it for the baby? I have no judgment against mothers who have their babies in daycare right now. I understand the circumstances. My 2 children, my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old, are in daycare right now. Okay, but when they were very, very small, they weren't. And I'm so happy about that. Not because it makes me a better person, but because I just feel like it put them at a good place in their nervous system so that they can self-regulate. I wouldn't have it to where even my toddlers were in daycare. But life is life. Life is always going to be life. So I don't have...
Life is always going to be life. See, you hear women talk and they say things and none of it makes sense. Life is always going to be life. I agree with her on a few talking points. Her talking point that when you have a baby for a man, you're sacrificing your life for him. And honestly, yeah, you are. Not the fact that you're going to die, but now it's a life commitment. Having a child for a man is a life commitment. Now you're committed to raising his seed, loving his seed. His seed becomes your life. That sperm he put in your body, that is now a major part of your life. It's part of the hierarchy of things you care about, right? But this idea that, oh, watch out for what man you have kids with. Yeah, you should. Marry before you carry. Too many women think they could try to discern which men to have kids with, outside of marriage. No, marry a man first, then have kids for him. It makes a lot more sense. Because at least you're having kids for a man that you would take his last name. But instead, y'all sleep around with men and then you get pregnant and they're like, oh, should I keep it? Okay, I'm going to keep it because I ain't trying to kill nobody. I love my kids. And this is the mess they end up in. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
So this is random. So for reference, I'm 6 feet. Like no shoes on, 6 feet. I'm really tall for a girl or whatever. And because I'm tall, people just always assume that I like tall men. Like they always think like, oh, you are going to date or want a boyfriend that's like 6'4" to 6'5", and that could not be further from the truth. I do not like extremely tall men. Like at all. I don't want nobody towering over me, and I don't want to look up to nobody. Like I like to be able to look my partner in the face. So I tend to like men that's like 5'9" to 6'1". That's just my preference or whatever. Plus I know like if me and some extremely tall man was to have a child, get married, have a baby or whatever, that baby gonna be big, like 9 to 10 pounds. Like who's pushing that out? And who is trying to get cut open? Because it ain't me. I can tell you that much now.
This is making some practical sense. And shout out to her because you know what? It's not that many men over 6 foot anyway. So if you get a man that you can look in the eyes and you said 5'9" to 6'1", it's not a bad idea. And that's true. If you have a baby, that baby gonna be big. Can you imagine giving birth to Shaq? Can you imagine? Anyway, this video is interesting as well. Take a look.
So we in America can't even afford to live anymore. This 1976 cost of living, the average income was $16,000. A home was $43,000. New car, $5,000. Rent, $220 per month. Just look at these prices. So based on that, they're saying that the average income should be what, $84,000 now? So that means that with $240,000, I should be able to buy a new house. It's not possible. And also the average income is not $84,000. Most people are making way less than that, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, but it's not $84,000.
But it's funny, she's complaining about, and she probably don't even see this, and I see this right away. You're complaining that, oh, no one makes enough to make $30,000, $40,000 a year. It's not enough. You need to make $80,000. But here's the reality: 2 incomes could easily be $80,000. Easily. All women want a man to make $100K a year, 6 figures a year. But you don't realize that if you live with a man, he's bringing in 40, you bringing in 40, you guys could both be able to purchase a home, live together. And if you get fired from your job, you have time to find another one. If you guys save properly and get married before you have kids, it's actually a great option. There is no longer buy a house by yourself on one income. That doesn't exist anymore. Prices are going up. Wages are going down. Men and women, we have to work together. But a lot of women want to be able to buy a home by themselves so they can say, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I'm a boss babe. And we see how that goes all the time. The minute they lose a job, now they're back on the street. Now they're filing bankruptcy. Okay? I cover these videos all the time. Anyway, this is the headliner of the day. She has some interesting things to say about men's style. And I think men need to dress better anyway. Take a look.
These are 10 random things that if I see you in the street, I immediately know you have style. Men's edition. This is part 2, so in case you missed part 1, check my page and I cover the girls. Number 1, I love a 2-piece set. It signals a man who is committed to the look and all about intentionality. Bonus points if it's a short set or monochromatic. Number 2, linen or knitwear. I feel like guys don't have as much chance to play with different textures as women do, so if a man's pulling this off, chef's kiss. Number 3, juxtaposition. Just like with the ladies, juxtaposition is a technique that just never misses when it's done right. And as a style strategist, I love when somebody gives me that tension in a look. Number 4, a patterned suit. Now, you knew a suit would be on the list, but something about a patterned suit just takes it to another level of difficulty because it can go really wrong if it's not done well. Bravo. Number 5, jewelry, specifically wristwear on a guy. Like bracelets, a really nice watch, just takes it to the next level for me. Number 6, reading glasses or blackout glasses. I don't care if they are nerd glasses, if they are like blacked out lokes. Something about a man with glasses on just means, it just signals to me that he has somewhere to go, he has something to do, he has a perspective, and I love that for them. Number 7, layering. Another technique that if it's done really well, it's a complete layup for a man. Number 8, a hat without function. I'm talking about a hat that is only there to complete the look and makes me want to look at you and ask you where you're going and where your woman's at while you out here looking so good. Number 9, pants that fit. This might be controversial, but what I'm talking about is really the Goldilocks effect. Pants, regardless if they're tailored or baggy, pants that are not too tight, not too loose, just right. And just in general, I like a man who knows what his inseam is and doesn't have to constantly do adjusting like some do. And number 10.
Yeah, you know what? She got a good point there, and I'm not even going to get to number 10 because it doesn't matter. Either way, man, get your style in shape. And there's a lot of women that give good advice. I think this is pretty good advice, okay? Good talking points, monochromatic styles, you know what I'm saying, different textures. Level up your game, and you're going to definitely level up the amount of women that find you attractive. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel is blowing up. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.